I'm back, geniuses. Let's talk about identity. So, we understand that you do certain things every day, you feel certain emotions every day, you think certain thoughts every day, especially the subconscious one. So, out of 70 thoughts that usually go through your head, if they're the same, or 90% of them are generally the same as yesterday, what is happening is you are firing and wiring the same nerves. What is happening is you are solidifying the same thoughts that then create the same emotions, leading to same actions, same decisions, same outcomes. For the most part, you're sort of living the life of the past, and your future is also a copy of your past. So, when you become conscious, when you become aware, and you're catching those thoughts and feelings, what I talk to you about is when you feel good, the high vibrational energy, and you harness it, you feel it, you try to raise it even more, elevate it even more. You want that to become part of you, get stuck in you, and you want to train your body with those elevated emotions. And then when you have any thoughts that are leading to emotions that are bad from your past, you shrink the refractory period of how long you're going to experience those bad thoughts. You can use the word change, you can use the word no, but now that you're aware of these, now that they're not slipping by you, and you are at the gate of your brain, your mind, your body, you're guarding your mind, these thoughts are not allowed to get through. Because these thoughts, if they get through into my brain, they might get into my body and my subconscious mind. And when you do that, you are going from your comfort zone, which is the known, and you're going towards the unknown. And you're going towards the unknown. So once you get out of your comfort zone, you are now uncomfortable. That's why when we talk about intentions, there's a tension piece within the meditation. There's a tension piece of frustration. Is it not happening? When is it going to happen? Am I doing this right? Why is my brain going all over the place? Why is my body uncomfortable? And you're analyzing and you're analyzing, and you're not putting your analytical mind to sleep. Your analytical mind is in the way of you and the quantum, the subconscious mind. When the analytical mind goes to sleep, what happens is that your brain waves are now changing. They're going from high beta to low beta to to alpha, and then you slip into the loopy phase of theta, and you can have a sustained period of theta. That's when the door is open between your mind and your body, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And you start to feed it new information. You start to make your inner world in that state of meditation more real than the outer world. When that is happening, it is changing your brain. It is creating new connections. And what then starts to happen is when you do that for a sustained period of time, all parts of your brain start to connect together at the same time. There's coherence across. So when the front part of your brain is talking now to the back part of the brain, and your right hemisphere of your brain is now talking to the left hemisphere at the same time, there's this opposite of polarity happening. What is the opposite of polarity? There's harmony, there's wholeness that is occurring at the same time in your brain. And when that happens, the way your heart reads that, it begins to just open your heart up naturally as a consequence. And now there's the brain and heart coherence happening. There's harmony between heart and brain. Brain is helping you by creating your inner world even more real than the outer world, and your heart is open for receiving from the quantum where there's no space, there's no time, there's no separation. Sorry, you get too excited, you know me. And when you are in those states, when you create from that state, your intentions, your goals, your healing should take less and less time. It should happen in a lot less time than if you were awake, going through your subconscious mind, going to the doctors. One of the things that really frustrates Dr. Joe Dispenza is that the fact that only 25% of the population gets benefit from most of the medications, right? And he once said that he gets very offended when there's pharmaceuticals commercials on TV, right? That this is some pill for your heart or your diabetes or something. And yes, the side effects is you might want to kill yourself. You're probably going to be having projectile vomiting. You're probably going to have headaches all the time. You might start peeing blood. And yes, your kidneys are you're going to need another pill to make sure that your kidneys don't fail. But ask your doctor, is this pill is right for you? Are you kidding me? The point of that example is that your brain, when you do your breath work, what starts to happen is the pineal gland gets a little squeezed, gets a little pressure, there's crystals within it. When that starts to happen, pineal gland is now talking to other glands. And all the other glands start to release specific chemicals. And the pineal gland meditation that we do with the advanced students, especially at 4 a.m., is that the molecule melatonin, which is highest at that time in your body, they start to turn into other molecules that are sort of medications for yourself. They calm you down. There's DMT, ecstasy type of chemicals that your melatonin, your body will create it for you. And when that happens, you completely forget about your identity. You completely disconnect from the reality of your hologram. You just become so whole from the quantum. And because you have no wants, because you don't feel lack, you become so whole. And when that happens, and you're playing with energies at that level, it becomes a thought world. And at that point, when you start to do intentions, when you start to do creations, everything happens so quickly. It's almost instantaneous. So when you want an intention, when you want a goal, when you want to have experiences of certain level in your lifetime, you have to become somebody else. So when you convince your body that the event has already occurred, which I talked about in the previous video, if you convince your body that you are the new personality, it changes your brain. It changes your body because now you are epigenetically upregulating certain gene and downregulating other genes. But if you have coherence and if you have wholeness and everything is working just perfectly because you're blessing everything with love, what is happening then is that you become this person of this personality that feels the opposite of, fear, which is what? Courage. You start to feel the opposite of lack, which is abundance, the freedom. Ever since my enlightenment, when I go out, when I see people, I feel like I'm just seeing a whole new species. I just feel so happy when I see people. My heart, my eyes, I'm just blessing people. And when that's happening, as a consequence, I'm emitting that same frequency to the quantum. And when that is what I'm constantly emitting to the quantum starts to say, this is what he wants more of. And then it brings that back to me more. And I could be doing something and randomly I'll just feel so much bliss. And sometimes I'll just grab my face and I'll just take it all in. Because there's this magic that happens when you become non-reactive and you surrender to a certain degree where where you're just ready for anything. Unknown will never disappoint you. And things will become a little bit more unknown. You have to go to the unknown. You have to come out of your comfort zone to get to become somebody that can then attract your intentions. You would have to change your personality, right? When you change your personality, your brain is changing, your body's changing physically. And then as a consequence, you have a different field. You have a new field. New field is going to now create a new hologram for you. It's going to make changes. So think about your new identity based on your intentions, based on your goals. What do you want? What do you want? And whatever you want, there's a version of you that has it. But who is that version of you? What does that person look like? What does that person behave like? Do they get angry? Do they get judged? Do they judge people? Do they feel lack? Do they know how to surrender in meditation? Sometimes it's probably just worth it. Just close your eyes and think about your future self that has everything you want. And just look at it. What is that person doing? What time does that person wake up? How does that person eat? Does that person exercise? Imagine when you're brushing your hair and you're playing with energies, right? Thoughts are energy. Thoughts are frequencies. Frequencies, information. Imagine when you're brushing your hair and you just pretend to be your future self that has everything. How would that person brush their hair? How would that person brush their teeth? Right? Would it be the same hand? Sometimes when you do something with a different hand, it just feels really odd, right? Really different. It's outside of the comfort zone. It's outside of your current identity. It makes you more conscious. It makes you more aware. It wakes you up. And when that starts to happen, the soul begins to wake up. Because for the past decade, you probably have been just doing reruns, right? Wake up, go to the toilet, go to the shower, eat my cereal, go to the work, get stuck in traffic, deal with the same boss, same coworkers that annoy me. I come back home, I have a drink, I have a meal, I watch some TV, and I go to sleep. That's pretty boring for the soul. There's nothing exciting. There's no creation happening, right? There's no magic happening. So the soul sort of just dies out or goes to sleep, and you become an unconscious person. The only time you become conscious is when something new happens, right? You get a new Amazon delivery. Woohoo! For those few moments, and then you go back to your subconscious auto drive because you go back to work, you go back to your TV, whatever you are doing. So when you start to change those things, new changes in your decisions, new way of looking at yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror and be like, is this what my future self would be wearing? How would he feel wearing this? You're just playing with the energy. What's happening is creating new thoughts, is creating new feelings. You will begin to feel new emotions. You will epigenetically start to change your genetics, turning on certain genes, turning off certain genes. Your field changes, your personality then subsequently changes, which then changes your personal reality. That's one way to look at it. You can actively do this all day. And then when you are in the meditation, without the senses now, you can picture things. Kind of like me when I start my meditations from my driveway, right? Future driveway. For those of you that have not watched my previous video. I pretend to begin my meditations from my future next house driveway. And I know I see everything around me. I feel everything. I can feel the breeze. I can just pretend to feel the breeze. When I go to the pool in the back of the house, I can feel the coldness of the pool on my feet. My imagination is a little wild. I'm not sure how others feel about this or how many of you guys are pretty good at imagination, but practice. Because with practice, your brain will begin to change and you'll just get good at it. Just like all of these tiny brains will begin to change as you go forward with this journey. Think about your next identity. Think about your future identity. Think about what that person is like. What is the future you like? That has everything that you want. What is that person like? How generous is this person? How calm is this person in their heart? How happy is this person? Come on, guys. Get excited with me. Damn it. Life is so good. I will not stop teaching. I'm only getting started. I'm thinking about life meditations with you guys. I want to connect my energy with your soul, with your field. And I want to do that for you guys. So I'm gonna set something up. I'll let you guys know. And those of you that I'm already talking to, I have already done meditations with some of you guys. Even if it's for 10 to 15 minutes. I've done that with some of you guys. But I'll do a larger audience soon. Somebody recommended Zoom. I might do Zoom. I'll check it out. I'll figure that out. Well, that's it about the identity, guys. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, stories. I love you.